Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. If you are new and joining us, we are three brothers who grew up together gaming, and we get together and talk about gaming. We may also talk about TV, movies, and other nerdy, geeky stuff too. Nothing is off the table here. I am your host, Take It Easy, Jono. With me, the other two trolls.
Nasty Nate here.
And Dandalf the Wise.
And today, you're in for a silly one. You are in for a silly one. So if you have come to get real intellectual type discussions on the latest in the industry, unfortunately, that's not what we do here. Just kidding. I mean, we do some of that. I swear we do. Today, though, we will be unveiling our new Elder Trolls designed game consoles. Okay. Now, this came about because our friends over at the Gaming Together podcast recently did their 2-year special, and we kind of did a console fantasy draft where we created our own consoles, but it was focused on the list of exclusives. We did a snake draft, like a fantasy draft, and we drafted franchises that we would have exclusively on our console.
It was hilarious.
It was very funny. Go check it out. Gaming Together. I listened to it and I couldn't stop laughing. Like, and Pam came in and she was like, "What the hell are you laughing at?" I'm like, "I don't know, it's just this show we were on. Man, it's funny."
It was just a shit show. Just fucking funny. Oh, man.
But ours is going to focus more on the console itself rather than the list of exclusives. So it's kind of an expansion of that. But yeah, what's going on? It is a Saturday afternoon and I'm feeling frisky, ready to get into this.
Well, speaking of frisky, guys, I started an OnlyFans account. Now get this. It's
Excuse me?
where I play games naked. And if you donate live when I'm streaming, I'll pan the camera down and you can see my junk all mangled and mashed up and sweaty. Like gaming sweaty, mashed up junk.
And you didn't run this by us.
No, I was trying to make money for the podcast.
Unbelievable.
And if you donate more, I'll lift my gut out of the way and you get a better view of my sweaty junk. Know what I'm saying?
The fuck?
Ain't nobody want to see that.
No, I don't think so.
I thought I was getting some pretty good traction in the first couple of weeks because I started getting emails from the OnlyFans support. And the header was like overwhelming traffic, like I thought I was doing a really good job, and my subs, that one got me excited. God. But get this, it was overwhelmingly negative. It was actually
I can't imagine why.
Complaints.
It was people actually asking how they can donate to make me stop my OnlyFans channel. They literally wanted to pay me to stop creating content on OnlyFans.
They're like, we have never received so many complaints.
Has that ever happened?
For money back, for refund requests.
Has that ever happened before?
I don't know.
But
Wow.
They offered
That's
to
a
sub
first.
to an Elder Trolls Patreon if it was available, just to keep me from creating content on OnlyFans.
All right.
That cut deep, man. That
Just
cut fucking
stop.
deep.
Just put your clothes on and stop.
What the hell?
Oh, man. But what I was thinking, where's the platform for us disgusting freaks?
I believe it's called the circus.
Ugly fans.
It travels around to town.
Ugly fans. We should start that. Where
You'd have far better luck on ugly fans.
Ugly fans.
I never even actually
maybe.
Googled that. Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
It's probably a thing.
I hope not.
It's probably a thing. And like I've said before, there's an ass for every seat.
Yeah.
And a bee for every flower.
There's an ass for every camera.
Or a gut.
Oh, fuck. Well,
My goodness.
that's what's been going on with me, guys. What about you?
Well,
Wow.
That was a failed attempt, I guess. Nothing going on here. Just
Yeah.
I actually went on, did a thing with Aaron and Tommy from the Superpod Saga, superpodsaga.com. We did a Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, okay? They asked me to go on, me and Nave, who has never played Yu-Gi-Oh! And actually expressed his hatred for Yu-Gi-Oh! As a Magic the Gathering player. So we tried to play against each other without knowing the rules at all, while Aaron and Red from Night of the Living podcast tried to coach us, and like it was just a shit show. I had no idea what was happening. Like I somehow won the first game. There's so many words on every card. I was just like, man, this is too much for me to like. And we skipped the tutorial completely. Like we didn't even do the tutorial. We literally started, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing? It was ridiculous. And I stomped him on the first game, and then I got stomped every game after that because I don't know, that deck that he was playing, it was almost like a secret deck, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Because he had a bunch of spells that were like active, but I couldn't see them, and he could activate them at any point, like during my attack. So he had this every time, and like I would go to attack him, and he would just destroy my fucking minion. I was like, dude, what the hell? And like I didn't have any cool spells or anything like that. Like my deck was horrible, and he stomped me.
Who created your deck? Did you just choose from a pre?
They're just like pre-mades.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just like pre-made decks. Like I don't know. I had another one that I didn't try because I used the same one we use the same one every match.
Mm-hmm.
Either that was just a bad deck, a matchup against that one, or the deck is just poor in general. Like it was not very good. But anyway, check it out if you're so inclined. It's superpodsaga.com.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
But yeah,
how old is this Yu-Gi-Oh card game?
Yu-Gi-Oh's old, man.
Yeah, it's old.
Well, no, I know like the actual cards are old, but has there been like a game around for a while?
What do you mean? It's always been a card game.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Wasn't it a card game in the anime and shit?
No, I mean like a video game. Like were you playing like a video game or like actual cards? Like
yeah,
it's like
a video
Hearthstone.
game.
It's like a trading card game.
Okay, yeah. Well, how old is that?
Oh, the actual app? I have no idea.
Yes, I used to have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Because I remember collecting them at the same time as I had Pokemon cards back in the day when I was a kid. And I was like, these don't seem as cool. I didn't like I found that art was a bit weird. I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's because you don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh was and Pokemon.
Oh, it's brand new.
What do you mean it's brand new?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. It came out January 2022 for consoles and PC.
Huh. I was going to say, because I have heard nobody playing this, even like
there's been one. No, there's been a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game for longer than that. This is maybe like the new hotness, maybe.
What else was there? There was Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Am I forgetting one? There was one more that was similar. Digimon. Yeah.
No, it wasn't
right.
similar.
Oh, yeah, that was a show, though. That wasn't a card game, right?
Digimon's not a card game. No.
So Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember being like, some of the art was cool, and I remember liking the cards, but
it's
I was
all
like,
dragons. It's all dragons.
Yeah, it's very flashy and like...
And they I had to combine... You combine monsters to create a master summon that is this really strong guy.
Yeah, because I was watching. It's like, oh, I got his right leg. I got his left leg or something. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, really? I don't know. I have no idea. I had no idea what I was playing. I was just putting cards down because they were highlighted. I was like, oh, I can play this, so I'll put it down.
Yeah,
and I did. Yeah. And sometimes it worked out. Sometimes it didn't. But most of the time it did not because he kept destroying my giant guys. Like I would create this huge summon out of two guys. And you can only play one guy per turn, so it's like there's a few turns of setup, and then I get this big, massive dude. I'm like, yes,
it's like a secret spell,
the XYZ summon, the Z's or some shit summon, and he just died to like a secret. He just was destroyed. I was like, what? And I have no cards in my hand. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I might try playing some more on the against the AI or something. See how that goes.
It's supposed to be fantastic.
Interesting.
But the thing is, like, we're very late in the game's life, so it's like joining Hearthstone now. Like the cards are so powerful. It's just like, what am I doing? And there's so much stuff.
If there's too much to read on the card, I ain't fucking doing that.
It's a lot to read on the card. I'm sitting there.
It's like text. It's like this much text and then the picture of the guy.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was. The card, I'd had to actually scroll on the screen.
Are you fucking kidding me?
To read all the cards.
No,
Nathaniel's out.
One
That's it. That's it for Nasty
And like
Nate.
Aaron's like, what's that card do? Yeah, scroll down. Okay, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Like, dude, how much text is on this fucking card,
Holy
dude?
shit, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was bad.
Wow. No.
Anyway,
It comes with like two cards that they print, like a secondary card just for the description. Yeah, it's like a fold out, like a brochure.
folding card. Wow, that would be
Oh my God.
ridiculous. You have to like click on it, scroll.
This is hardcore, man.
But yeah, other than that, nothing really happening.
Dan, what do you got going on?
Just kind of the daily grind in the studio, mixing audio, recording audio, trying to get. I have a project that I really need to get out by summer that I'm working on.
Like your personal one or someone that you're doing?
No, for someone else. So
Okay.
because I gotta get it done, but it's shaping out pretty well. I had to basically. There's some changes that I had to make to it, and I started sniffing out a nice, a new direction for the track. And it's like the right direction. It's weird, man. You do this stuff, you think just when you think you know
Is it
what you're doing.
One Direction?
No, I wish.
He wishes, yeah.
Just when you think you know what you're doing, the more you learn, the less you know, right? And it's like case in point. The other day, I kind of had like a breakthrough with it, but hopefully we'll get it done by summer, and that's kind of what I'm working toward. As well as I just kind of started. I guess I just started mixing and mastering for Friday Night Gamecast, Nick and Will, which has been extraordinarily fun, even like the first 2 weeks of it, just because I just get to listen to them more regularly, at least the firesides. And it's been a blast. And I got to say, Nick, if you're listening, the music you use for your episodes is just killer. Just all these banger tracks he puts in for his music breaks and stuff. And I'm just like listening, making the mix. I'm like, yeah.
He's always
Are
always
they
been
all
like
from?
that.
Are they not all from the games
That he's
that they're
talking
playing?
about? I think so.
I think
talking
that's
about?
generally what he tries to do. But I don't know for sure every time. It might not be 100% of the time, but I think so. And a lot of them are great. So it's been fun. I've been having a lot of fun just doing kind of this creative stuff, podcasting, making music.
There you go,
Getting
folks. We got
better.
Dandalf.
Nice.
Dandalf Services for mastering your
man.
your audio.
Whoever's listening, if you got a podcast and you're not sure about how to do all that stuff, how to make it sound decent after the fact, send me a message. We'll talk.
Oh, a little consultation.
Okay, before we move on, I have a story for you guys. Me and my friends went to go see The Lord of the Rings in concert, The Return of the King, and we thought we'd make a night of it. We went to dinner before the show, and it was probably the most bewildering restaurant experience I've had in a long time. So check this out. We're running around before the show. We're trying to find a spot to eat. Most places are at least an hour wait, but we finally find a place that wasn't completely packed. Yeah, it was crazy because the show was going on.
downtown.
The restaurants were right around the venue. We finally walk into this place. The names of everyone involved will remain nameless, as well as the restaurant. But we finally find this place. We go in. The owner seems like a totally normal dude. And Abby goes in, and he's like, she says, we're looking for a place to eat. We've got a show to see at 7:30. He says, okay, yeah, come on. Well, you know what? I'll let you sit down. You got a nice smile. I'll let you sit down. We're like, oh, okay, cool. Yay, that's cute. Great. So we've got a seat. So
murders start. Horror movies.
Well, it's 6 p.m. Plenty of time to order and eat, but we look around and like nobody has food the entire time we're sitting there. And I think we were sitting there for like 25 minutes before he finally took our order. And Nate's getting like worked up, stressed out. Evan doesn't want to be late because it's his first orchestral show. So he was like, man, I don't want to miss it. And he's a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. And I didn't want to be late because we were late for the Two Towers in March 2020. We walked in like 15 minutes late, right? And as it turns out, you don't want to be late for a concert at TD Place because they won't even seat you if you enter past the start time of the event. You have to wait until intermission to find your seats if you walk in late.
Yeah, if you're late, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm like, we'll say 7 or 7:15 is our cutoff time, and then we'll delta. And Nate's like getting more and more tense as time goes on, and he's like looking around. He's like, Dan, nobody has food here, man. Let's just go get some food somewhere else. I'm like, relax. You're stressing everyone out.
Anyway, he took our order after like
what?
He's gonna fucking murder all you people and feed each other.
Yeah, it's a cannibal restaurant.
Oh my god, yeah. They're just like cooking everyone in the back. Our 25 minutes of increasing tension. Okay, so we're waiting for the food. The owner comes out finally and makes an announcement. And he goes, everybody. And we're like, oh, shit. He goes, my kitchen staff didn't show up. I got one chef in the back, and I'm doing my best, but I understand if you want to leave. If you stay, it's going to take a little longer to get you food. That would be great. But if you want to get out, if you want to leave, that's fine. If you got places to be, we're like, holy shit. And this sends Nate over the top because he's already stressed out. And I was like, man, relax. We might still get our food. So eventually the owner comes to our table and he's swearing like a fucking sailor in front of like the entire restaurant. He's absolutely manic. And he comes over to our table. We thought maybe he's on coke, because I know people who have been in the restaurant business, and apparently there's a lot of coke being done to just get you through these long ass.
That's
fucking
rage,
days, right?
Speed.
That's fucking
rage. So anyway, he comes over and
meth.
he's like, sorry guys, I don't know what to tell you. My cooks didn't fucking show up. This is fucking bullshit, man. And he's just like swearing, and we're like, yo, it's fine. Like, we relax. We understand. It's not your fault. Whatever. He leaves. He'll come back swearing again, trying to make conversation. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I fucked up. People leaving. I don't care. It's not even about the money. Look at my ratings, bro. Look at my ratings. Pulls out his phone, shows us his ratings on Google, 4.8. He's like, my food is fucking good, man. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. I don't even care. We're like, holy shit. Yeah,
he
like
was scared that
Yeah, man.
you're gonna give him a Yelp review about
Maybe.
this.
Everyone there,
Maybe. I think that's what it was.
gave him a 1-star review, that would fucking suck. I would murder my kitchen staff. They're fucking done. They're fucking done.
Yeah. Well,
They're
yeah.
done.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was understandably very angry, but he was not doing a good job at handling it publicly as an owner of a restaurant. And this poor waitress, we'll call her Jane, who was making her rounds. She comes over to us. She's helping us out. She's asking the kitchen staff when the food is going to be ready for us so we can leave, that kind of stuff. Really nice. And she comes up to him while he's talking to us. And she's like, oh, we need some ice. And he's like, so go get the fucking ice. It's in the freezer in the back on the fridge. Fuck. And he's like swearing at her and like abusing her verbally. This one family comes in at one point with 2 little girls. And he's like telling them at the doorway, yeah, sorry, my cooks didn't fucking show up. It's been a shitty night so far. Earmuffs. And he he's swearing in front of these little girls. And Nate's like, there's freaking kids here, man. Relax. And eventually comes back to us later. And he's like holding his hand with his jacket on. And we're like, what's going on here? He's like, I fucked up my hand. My fucking bone is sticking out my hand. I punched the fridge in the back. We're like, and he offers us free drinks. And because we're pressed for time as it is. And he's like, again, we'll call her Jane. Jane, you get this table some free lights. And we're like, free lights? What the fuck is free lights? Get the
Bud Lights?
Jane, get the free lights.
Bud Lights.
And
Free
I
Bud
guess
Lights.
it was Bud Light, but it was shit. It sucked. It was shitty beer. And I didn't want it. It was free. It sucked. It's not good.
Get the fucking baklava. Fucking the bitches. Get the fucking baklava.
Is that Eddie?
Yeah. Hangover.
Yeah. Anyway, get this. Okay, this was super bizarre. I can't even believe this. But he was
This is bizarre.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
yeah. Well, imagine Nate and I are just sitting there, like
Imagine
stunned.
he was bleeding. His actual bone was sticking, and there was just blood
it was not
everywhere. And
He
you're
was
like,
definitely
"What's
exaggerating.
going on, man?"
Dripping all over your fucking table.
into our free lights.
Yeah.
You're like, no thanks, man. No thanks. But
I got the best beers, bro.
So I couldn't believe this, but Nate or Abby and Evan are trying to calm this guy down. It's okay, we understand it. And Nate and I are just like we couldn't even say anything. We were just like speechless and stunned. But
Wow.
he tells us, he's like, yo, get this. Okay, so he's still at our table talking to us.
He's holding his bloody hand.
Why does he love you guys so much? I don't get it.
We'll get to that. So I went on he's like, I went on a date earlier, okay? 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Guess what? She's still here. She's serving drinks for me, bro. I don't even know this girl. I had to ask her for help. That's the situation. I was like,
Is it
first
Jane?
of all, it's probably not even legal because she probably doesn't have a license. You know what I mean? Like, he just asked this random girl to help serve drinks for the restaurant because he doesn't have any help there. Like, that's brutal.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't believe this. And it's a couple behind us, this young couple. I was like, psst, is the food even worth the wait? And they're like, it's really good. And we've been here before, and this doesn't usually happen. And I was like, okay. And they were like, you seem to be his favorite table. He only comes to talk to you. I was like, he hasn't been talking to anybody else. They're like, no.
It's because he thinks
What's going on here?
He recognized you from the Elder Trolls Gaming podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
I think.
Maybe. So after all this insanity and tension and us being stressed and pressed for time, he makes his final exit, okay? After like several breathers, he's walked outside with his jacket on. But he finally leaves. He slams his hand against like the glass partition that separates the entryway to the rest of the restaurant. And it's just like, boom! And everyone's like, what the fuck? And he just like walks out, like storms out. It was like an episode of Kitchen Nightmares. And I was like,
yeah, I was going to say.
You know what I mean? I was like, where's Gordon Ramsay here? Where are the cameras? But he finally, the food finally comes and he tells us the drinks and the food is on us, which was nice. I felt bad because he has a shitty night, But man, we jumped on the food like animals because we're just starving too. We're stressed, pressed for time, starving, and everyone's like just scarfing the food down.
How was the food?
It was great. It was really good. Which is like probably the I don't know. I guess the reward, right, for sticking it out. But it was really good, and we finished all. But we made the concert by like 2 minutes. It was like 7:28, and we were scanning our tickets. And this show started at 7:30, so they're like, "You're lucky. Any later, we wouldn't have been able to let you in." But the show was great. Honestly, anybody listening who's a Lord of the Rings fan, go. And if Lord of the Rings concert is near you, go see it. Like it's a spectacle, and it just has to be experienced. It's really, really sick. Cool. I took a pee like 20 minutes in, and they didn't let me and Nate back in till intermission, so that was cool. So don't leave your seat also, just because you have to take a piss.
Have a piss jug ready.
Idiotic.
What's how long were you waiting?
It was a good like 25, half an hour. We were standing up in the back, like under the railings, like at the where the drapes.
God.
And there's a freaking pregnant lady behind me standing there. She obviously had to pee mid-show. She can't control that. She's pregnant, and she's just standing there with her huge baby, her huge belly, waiting to freaking go in. I'm like, you guys are like, that's a stupid policy. I understand being late to the show, but when you're on time and you just have to pee and come back, that's idiotic. When you're paying $100+ for a ticket. And this is coming from the classical musician who's like observed every rule of respect in the book. I know how it works.
So if you were on stage conducting or playing the trombone or tuba and people are up and down, up and down, up and down, that wouldn't bother you?
No, it's too big of a venue.
Piss me
you
off.
have to expect
it. Piss me right off.
And if it's like a small auditorium,
I'd throw down my tuba. I'd be like, get the fuck back there and wait.
Hey, I thought you were the trombone champ. You're playing a tuba?
Tuba, trombone, same shit.
Oh, jeez.
The rusty trombone. I hear you play it well.
Yes, I am a master at the rusty trombone.
Yeah, go check that short out on YouTube. He's really good. But no, the venue was too big. You can't expect everybody to just be able to sit down. Like there's concession stands. People are drinking at the same time. If it was a small auditorium, like a recital hall, yes, it annoys me. It's done. It's happened all the time where I'm like, holy fuck, it's too small for you to notice everybody moving, breathing, blinking.
Wow.
But this was like a big place. You're up conducting, you're focusing. There's a whole orchestra playing. Nobody's going to hear that stuff. It's just the people around you that you're kind of annoying for a split second. But when you got to piss or shit your pants. What's worse? Anyway, it was an extremely chaotic night, but the concert and the good food was a reward. Anyway, I just had to tell that story because it was the most insane thing. Like I couldn't believe what was happening. So anyway.
Yeah, man, people don't want to show up for work all the time, everywhere. I'm sure that happens a lot, actually.
Yeah,
especially in the last year or two. Yeah,
man, that's crazy.
Bad night for it to happen. I think he said 4 people didn't show up. He had 4 cooks that were supposed to come in.
4 people didn't show up.
4 cooks.
Yeah, and I asked, and Abby went to go check the cook, like who was in the back, and he's apparently just like some old man, like just little old man shuffling around cooking. I was like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But he made a hell of a dish. And unfortunately, I can't really say what name of the restaurant because, I wouldn't want to do that.
You don't want to dox them.
Yeah, exactly.
To our 100 listeners. Anyway. Wow. That was, that's crazy. That is just, wow. I mean, I guess that's a good spot to just get on with this and put it into game time. All right. Welcome to Game Time, where we discuss what we're playing and some gaming news. Guys, I got you already know this, but I did get a new tech toy. Listeners, you know how we preach eye pleasure.
Yeah.
Eye pleasure?
The viewing experience?
The viewing experience. I got a new monitor for my PC. I got the Alienware 34-inch ultra-wide QD OLED monitor.
Nice.
Praise
OLED,
be.
Right.
baby.
Right.
But it's a refurb. I got it refurbished for almost $500 cheaper than
That's crazy. That's actually huge. Usually refurb would be like
$450. $450 off. And it came with a 1-year warranty. So I'm like, fuck yeah. I'll do this. I'm going to try it. And it is awesome. It's the same OLED panel as my TV, the QD OLED. And if I didn't know it was a refurb, like I would have thought it was brand new because like the box and the way they packaged it was really good. Things were like sealed inside the box still. So I don't know if it was like an open box or what happened, but
What's the brand? What is it? Sony? What is it?
Alienware. Dell.
Ooh.
Dell Alienware.
What could have possibly happened?
Who knows?
Maybe the display got dim. They swapped out the display and fucking put it back together and sent it out.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. It's really good though.
It's it's just like a cracked base.
Yeah, they could have swapped the base.
Yeah.
Fucking, who knows?
We had a friend that worked for Best Buy, and he said like the stuff that comes in and the stuff for open box and refurb, it's like literally sometimes there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and like people just don't like the way, I don't know, like there might be a little crack in like the bezel or something, right?
Tiny scratch or something.
A scratch, and then they just and they put it back out refurb because they've replaced the bezel, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, it must be with the case because like it's perfect. It's perfect. The ultra wide is a bit strange though. At first, I don't know if you've ever played on ultra wide or used an ultra wide because it's smaller from top to bottom.
Right. Yes.
But it's just like it's so wide, and
because
it's the same resolution top to bottom too as my old monitor. Right, it's just smaller in size, so it's a bit shrink.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bit smaller that way, but giant this way. And the wideness, though, is really nice for immersion. Like we talk about immersion, boys and girls. This is immersive.
That's one of my favorite things about gaming. Is it curved? Did you say that? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's curved. It's a 34-inch wide, ultra wide curved. And it's just the wider field of view in front of you is just, it makes you feel like.
Does that give you more an advantage, this wider view in Apex Legends and stuff?
I don't think so because the field of view is set. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
But the setting of the field of view in game is set, but I mean,
right, because the resolution, I don't know.
It's just the in-game camera lens would be adjusted rather than the actual.
So you're not getting an extra 2 inches of vision.
You're not. No, I don't think so.
Okay,
but well, maybe you do. You. Fuck, man, I don't know.
That's a good question. You need to figure out and answer me.
It's bending my mind right now because the field of view setting in game is set, which is what you see in game. But if your monitor is ultra wide,
that's just the degrees of what you're seeing.
Yeah.
But if your resolution is wider, that degree can still be the same degree. It'll be wider.
No, the degree would change because it's wider. Widening the view is changing the viewing angle.
If anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah, that's a mind bender. Not sure how that works. I'll have to look that up. Inconclusive. Results inconclusive. I played Apex with it. I feel like I'm in the game more, you know what I mean? And also it's very responsive. Like the input, it's so fast. Like the response time is insane. I didn't think I'd notice it that much, but I don't know. It says 0.4 milliseconds in the specs, and I think ratings tested it at like 1.4 milliseconds or something like that. So 1.4 milliseconds.
Wow.
It's fucking fast. But yeah, Destiny 2 looks great. Been playing that. It looks really nice. Bright. It gets bright. Even Hearthstone, it gets just the gold and the flashing and the you know, in Hearthstone, and it's just.
I know what you mean by that now.
Yeah,
I'm well acquainted.
You know how it is. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Destiny 2.
Can we? Because I've been playing it too.
Yeah,
I don't like this strand business. Like we were playing.
Oh, you will.
What do you mean I will? I know what it is. We played the same.
I played longer now. But
you played longer now.
You can unlock different abilities for the strand. So you don't need to use the grapple hook. You don't need to do all that shit. Like you can buy new abilities to put in those slots.
Yeah, because I was not impressed. They force you to use this strand during the campaign missions, and I'm like, I don't even want to use it. I want to use my normal abilities. I hate this shit. Like I couldn't kill. Like I want my grenades. I don't want the stupid grapple hook.
Yeah, you can change that after.
Because as a warlock, anywhere that we were grappling to, I could just double jump and like float up there. Like I didn't need to use the grapple. I wanted my grenades, so it was kind of annoying. But yeah, other than that, it's fun. It's been good.
Was this the expansion that came out? What's it called again?
Lightfall.
Lightfall, yes. It's Destiny 2 Lightfall expansion. Just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
a couple weekies ago.
We beat the campaign. It was quite short.
Yes,
like maybe 10 missions or something. Wasn't much.
Although that doesn't shock me now. Because, I mean, a lot of shit's online. Especially, I feel like Destiny's more targeted for that, right?
I think Destiny's more targeted for like grinding and raids and stuff. So the campaign, and they have to bring out that story throughout the year. So the story in the release of Lightfall, I didn't think was going to be very large or very long because there's a lot of stuff unanswered, like what is the veil, all that kind of shit, which I think is going to be fleshed out throughout the year with the coming seasons because they release 4 seasons or something throughout the year. So, and like there's a campaign missions for each season, so they're going to answer something. They have to. But I think we got a pretty good understanding of what it could possibly be. I think it was
spoilers.
Yeah. But I'm liking it a lot. I don't know what everyone's problem was.
I thought that was cool. I mean, it was hard. Really cool. We were under-leveled. We were severely under-leveled, I think, for the...
Yes, you want to know why? Like, because after you do the campaign, it throws you into a mini campaign for the... what are they called? Defiance Battlegrounds.
What's that?
That's what the one that we just kept getting fucking owned, and the power was like 1770. Remember that? And we're like, this is ridiculous. It's way too hard. So we quit. Remember?
Oh, okay.
So they start you off at a Defiance Battleground at level 1600 after the campaign.
Oh.
So don't go do a Defiance Battleground when you're not done the campaign because you're not going to have a fun time.
Okay.
So I did a few early Defiance things.
Oh, I want to do that. I want to do that.
It's pretty sweet. What else I got here? I just love the gunfighting. I just love cracking and the certain guns with the just the sound and the crushing of the bones my bullets put through enemies and crushing those insect aliens. I just love it. I can't get enough
insect aliens. The elixir.
Yeah.
Elixni.
Fucking losers, get out of here.
Yeah. I haven't really been playing much else. Just Apex.
Cool.
Grinding some ranked.
Well, I'll tell you something. I got in to the Diablo 4 early access.
By buying KFC?
Buying KFC.
Did you?
Over VPN.
Question. How much KFC did you have to buy and eat before getting that code?
I didn't have to eat any KFC. So I'll tell you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't have to tell you, but I did.
I'm about to tell you. So I went onto my phone. I downloaded my VPN app that I own. And I ordered KFC through their website to a random US
address.
KFC. No, just order for pickup. And I bought the cheapest chicken sandwich I could, which was like $3, and it came with the early access key. So I ordered it, and I ordered it for pickup.
What KFC did you order it to?
Oh, somewhere in Boston, I think.
Order for pickup. So what? They made a sandwich for somebody for pickup, and it just nobody came.
Yeah, it just sat there. No, look at this.
Some cook in the back is just like, oh man.
How many of those KFC sandwiches do you think people around the world have ordered over VPN just to get the Diablo access key?
I don't know. Did you just think of doing this, or did you read it somewhere?
I read it somewhere.
Okay. Well,
I was like, well, that makes sense. So then I tried it, and it worked. So it only cost me like $4 Canadian to get into the early access, without having to poison my body eating a KFC sandwich.
Or pre-order.
Or pre-order, yeah.
Just avoid the
Poisons your
temptation.
body. Man, I like KFC sandwiches are good.
Orders from a KFC 8 hours away just so he can't have to eat the food.
But yeah, jumped in. It's been a shitty launch, as every launch is these days. But it's beta.
How long did you play for? How long were you able to play for?
I got to level 10 on my Barbarian, and I got to a level 10 on my Sorcerer. That was only like maybe 3-4 hours, I think. Maybe 5 hours.
That's
I'd
a
have to
lot.
check. I was able to play when I could after it released without getting disconnected. But then later on in the night, I just kept trying to connect, and it was just queue me for 2 hours. I'd go to
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. I'd go do laundry. I'd watch Last of Us, come back, and my PS5 shuts off to save power and kicks me out of the queue. So I start the queue again. So I go play elsewhere.
Oh my God.
And then when I did get in, I get disconnected like 15 minutes later. Like last night was shit. I couldn't play at all last night. So I played for like an hour this morning on my Sorcerer. I'm enjoying Sorcerer more than Barbarian. It's pretty sick. And the game looks so pretty, but it's disgusting pretty. You know, it's like dark, gloomy. The lighting is so good, like the lantern light in the dungeons and all this. Oh, it's so pretty. It looks so good. Yeah.
Nice.
And Lilith, like the demon that like started Sanctuary, she's the one who created Sanctuary with the angel. So they both left their respected like hell and heaven, made Sanctuary, right? And that's where the humans
Is that
live.
in Diablo 3?
That's where humans
That's
live.
where what? Humans?
Yeah, it's where we live. Humans live.
Oh.
And so she's come back to I don't know yet, but she's come back, and now that she's back, the angel has figured out that she's back, so he's got to come back. And they're like two rivals, so they're always at each other's throats. It's gonna be so sick. It's so good. Fuck, I love Diablo.
Well, I want to try it.
Cool.
Open beta starts on open to everyone,
cool.
March 24 to 26.
That would be cool to play.
It's awesome. It looks great
I'll pick
on the
it up
PS5.
eventually.
Looks great on the PS5. So I'm going to get it for PS5 and PC because I've scoured the internet and I believe that it's cross-platform everywhere, everything, just like Overwatch 2 is. So Alma will be playing on the PS5. I'll be playing on the PC. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll get it.
I'm
maybe,
pumped.
you know.
I'm pumped.
I'll play it, I guess. Daniel, what are you playing?
Sea of Thieves Season 9 dropped on
Season
What day is
9.
it today?
Damn.
Saturday.
It's getting, in there. It's getting long in the tooth, that game.
That's right. I think it came out Friday. And we've kind of just been dipping back in, which is nice because it's been a while since me and the other scallywags have played. But mostly Season 9 is just a lot of quality of life changes. Like the two big ones are auto harpoon unload. So when you're like, you're doing a skeleton fleet, which is a fleet of just a shit ton of skeleton ships that spawn on you, and you're fighting 2 galleons at a time or 2 sloops at a time or whatever. If you sink them and their treasure floats in the water and you're just like trying to juggle fighting as well as getting that treasure so you don't, get nothing out of it. Back in the previous seasons, you'd have to harpoon it and then take it off the harpoon and put it on deck. So you'd have somebody on the harpoon and you'd have somebody grabbing it just back and forth, back and forth. And we got really good at that, and we got really fast. And now that is not necessary. You just hit the harpoon, and it auto drops it onto the deck. So you just like, so it makes it a lot easier for that kind of application.
So you're just going to be snatching booty.
Yeah,
Some more, just booty
That's right.
snatching.
Oh, I remember
So
you trying
we
to
don't
teach me
even-
that shit.
there's no like it's weird. Quality of life changes are such a weird kind of thing because they remove the challenge of the game, right? And if someone's better at that than other players, you have the advantage over getting that treasure than they do, But now the playing field is all even, so it's like harder to want quality of life changes like that because you're like, well, it removes the teamwork effort, it removes the challenge, but can't do anything about it. So we've been using that a lot, which is really nice. If you're, loading up treasure from anything, it's a lot faster. The other one is a big one actually, which I'm a huge proponent for, is collectible player resources after shipwreck. So if you sink somebody, all of their resources float in barrels to the water.
Nice.
So you can get everything they had on board, from fruit,
Oh, okay.
cannonballs, wood, firebombs, anything, right? But you couldn't do that before. You would get
Firebombs.
nothing from sinking somebody. If they had nothing, you would get nothing. So it's like,
doesn't that incentivize people PvPing more now?
Technically. And we have been doing a lot of that the last 2 days. Like we've been fucking so many people over because there's that incentive now. The other night we were basically undefeated. We sank once at the beginning of the session, and the rest of the night was like 2 hours of just dominating everyone. But I think we were on an Xbox only server, so again, it was pretty balanced. But yeah, so those are the two big ones. Getting resources after sinking people, so you're just piling on, and you become more and more indestructible if you're on it with boarding up and all that shit, right? Resources are the tits. So those are the two big quality of life changes that we've been enjoying in Season 9. Other than that, just Hogwarts Legacy. Those are my two right now.
You beat it?
No. I'm close to, I think. But I'm taking my time. I'm doing I'm doing like one main mission or main quest, then I'm doing a lot of side stuff. And just taking my time with it.
How many hours you got in it now?
Like 40.
Ooh, wow. Dandalf is a gamer.
There was a bug.
When's the last time you put 40 hours in a game?
Ghost?
I don't know. What have I been playing?
Tsushima? Probably.
Like long time. You haven't put 40 hours in a game in a long
Cyberpunk.
time.
Definitely Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that was
a lot of newer.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but he
put 40
drags it
hours
over
in.
for 2 years.
No, but he put 40 hours in Cyberpunk early.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what
no,
I'm saying.
Hogwarts
Like,
Legacy is
that
my
was 2 years
latest.
ago.
Yeah, my latest kind of getting my teeth sunk into something.
Your teats?
But there was definitely a glitch in that story I was telling you guys about when I was doing a main quest or whatever it was, and you have to sneak around in a village and avoid these wraiths. There was an instance where if you play from the beginning of that quest and go through all that, you remain in the crouched sneaking position. If you get seen, however, and have to restart from the checkpoint would start you off in the standing position. So you couldn't, and you can't, because of the instance of the story in the game, you don't have controls over sneaking and stuff. So you couldn't go back into the sneaking position. So I'd walk by them and they're like, and they'd see you, and then you'd have to restart. I'm like, so I'd have to load my game back to the beginning of that story instance so that I was in the sneaking position.
Huh.
It was stupid, but
Wow,
I guess
maybe they fixed that.
Did you guys have something about an update for Hogwarts written in the notes?
I did. We'll talk about it a bit later.
Oh, okay.
I was going to talk about it under gaming news.
Because I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure I know about it. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Just those two for now.
Cool. Well, I think that's it. We got some gaming news we can talk about. Cyberpunk. There was a recent headline. Cyberpunk 2077 will look shinier than ever
Oh my fucking god.
at GDC 2023 thanks to a visual upgrade.
What's this about?
How can they upgrade this game even more?
They're increasing the ray tracing settings, making another ray tracing.
Give me that 4090, please. Now I need a 4090.
So like they're just making it look even better now. Like
Jeez.
This is from it was from GameRant.com that I saw that.
Right.
But how much is too much? Like is there such thing as too much?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely
As long as
not.
it's not negatively affecting the performance for me
Oh,
on
of course
Series
it will.
X that they've worked.
No.
Well, this might not be on
Well, I was going to say, is it on PC
on all
only?
platforms. I'm not sure.
Because it runs great right now, even after, everything they've done. So it would
How
suck
long do you
if the
think-
frame rate drops.
How long do you think until this Cyberpunk will be dethroned as the GPU benchmark? Like what will be the next game, or how long will it take?
I don't know, man.
Will it
It's-
ever be dethroned? Like it's 2 years old already.
I think it's going to be a while because this game was like groundbreaking.
Okay. Well, I'll go into my news. We come back to your news because my news kind of plays on this.
Okay.
Okay. So PS5 allegedly on track, or PS5 Pro allegedly on track for 2024 release.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go into huge details about it. It's a rumor. I'm just saying what
It's
ifs.
a rumor? I thought it was slated to release for
Well, they haven't come out and say PS4 Pro 2024. Nobody has. They're
Oh.
just rumor mills right now.
Oh,
With what ifs and whatnots. Okay. Do you think it will be able to handle native 4K at 60 FPS? Like, if you think about it, because nothing is hitting, like, no big game like Cyberpunk is definitely not hitting that on the PS5 or the Series X, right? So even with my 3080, can't handle a Cyberpunk at native 2K resolution with max graphics and ray tracing. And I'm getting like, with all the bells and whistles, I'm getting like 30 FPS. That was a $9,000 graphics card. The PS5 Pro will have to be a fucking beast if they think it's going to hit 4K 60 FPS. 4K 60 FPS is still quite a feat. You know, like it's still hard to do
because it's still
well,
not.
that's what I assume they're
done.
doing. They're just gonna want to have everything at 4K 60.
Yeah, like,
but
like,
that's probably without ray tracing.
Exactly.
And then maybe there'll be a performance mode that'll be 120
so
2K.
My question to you guys is: will there always be, forever now, a performance and quality mode on every console that ever releases?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't think
not?
that's ever gonna stop, because
Why not? It gives options. It's what
Yeah.
people on PC do. We've been doing it for a long time.
example.
Yeah, and I think that's I think that's ultimately why when I used to, like back in the day, I'm talking 10 years ago, let's say, if I was PC gaming, I was like, oh, I like that I can increase or decrease the graphics or whatever, but I don't have that option on console, so whatever I get is what I get on console. But now, it's not really the case anymore, so it is nice to have that leeway.
it is.
Yeah, but what about, do you think they'll bring in like 8K? Do you think they're going to say like, oh, this will run 8K?
No,
How?
I don't
How?
think
8K
it could
30
possibly
FPS.
run 8K. Like, I remember when
No,
they
I don't-
released
I
the
don't need
PS5, they said 8K this, 8K that, but what people don't understand, it was 8K video, right? It wasn't 8K gaming. There's no
Yeah,
fucking
right.
way they meant 8K gaming.
Yeah, because they can
so, like-
because they can barely do 4K, right?
Right. So if someone has an 8K TV and they're playing PS5 games on it, it might upscale some way, somehow. I don't know how it would do that, but
The PS5 wouldn't, I don't think.
so it would just play 4K on an
TV
8K
upscales.
screen, right? Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah,
the
the
fuck.
TV AI would upscale it.
Anyway, the 8K on the box of the PS5 is for video content. It's not for gaming. Anyway, get this though. The RTX 4090 is a $2,300 CPU, Canadian $2,300 CPU. Can't even run Cyberpunk's max graphics and ray tracing at 60 FPS at 4K. Think about
Native.
that. Native 4K without help, with ray tracing on. It hits around 40 FPS. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man. I have a picture here to prove it. This guy was doing all the benchmarks on his 4090. There's no fucking way a PS5 Pro will be able to play games with ray tracing effects at 4K native 60 FPS. No way. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
the
tend to agree.
PS6.
And by the time PS4 Pro comes out, the games are going to be prettier, they're going to be beefier, and they're just going to have to do a performance and quality mode. They're going to continue. So there, to me, there is absolutely
It'll
no
just
point.
be slightly higher.
Yeah, they're slightly higher in the difference between 4K and your upscaling, right? So right
what
now
you're
they're
saying is it won't be worth buying.
I don't no not for
paying
me.
full
No,
price for a PS5 Pro just for that little increase,
no.
I don't
or
really see it
upgrading.
being,
Maybe
no.
for somebody who doesn't have one yet, but I mean
Yeah.
for us, let's say.
I will not. I will not.
Yeah, no way.
No. Then, like, especially when we go back to talking about we're 120, like, it might do 120 at higher than at 1080p.
Yes, exactly.
Like it
yeah.
is now.
Yeah.
And that might even be the only difference, man.
Like a 2K
Like-
at 120,
Yeah. But
maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
think it'll be worth it either. And then what? They'll be releasing PS5 Pro specific versions of games like the Series X and Series S did. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I don't
Man,
know.
what a
man.
weird time in gaming. What a
Yeah.
weird time for that reason alone, as it currently stands, let alone all these new things they're going to start introducing, new hardware and all this.
And then you're gonna have people seeing different options because they don't have the TV that's
Mm-hmm.
compatible, and then they're on PS5.
Yeah, like the whole
Pro.
VRR thing. Like, I don't have that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It might do 2K 120. Cool if it does, but 120 gaming on console.
My television has VRR, apparently. And I have it on. I don't really know what it does. I don't notice what it does. But
so I end that with, so what would be the fucking point in getting the PS5 Pro?
Yeah. It's just for new players or new buyers.
New people, I guess. And people who
gamers
who need to have that. Like, I thought I'd be that person, but I don't see it being much different because it can't be much different unless they put some ridiculous AMD card in there that is like out of this world. But I don't see that happening.
And then who's to say you're going to even be able to get your fucking hands on one? Like, people still can't buy PlayStation 5s in store.
Yeah, they can. They're in the shelves now, but...
Are they? I don't know. I work at a corporation, a fucking corpo plaza, and I don't see them on the shelves. But I don't know.
Didn't stop me.
Anyway.
Well, there you have it. There you have it, folks. I did have the PS5 Pro in my notes there, so I'm glad we were able to talk about that. There is a big Star Citizen update, guys.
Wow.
Star Citizen.
You can now use beards on your character, facial hair.
No, I don't think they.
Is there a tutorial? Did they add tutorial?
No tutorial.
Oh.
Those who don't know, Star Citizen is a crowdfunded game that has been in development for 10 years, 11 years now.
10 years.
They've raised over $500 million in their crowdfunding efforts. It's a space game, like a space simulator, fighter, RPG. The launch of Star Citizen's biggest update has been a shambles, and players are frustrated. This is from PC Gamer.
Oh.
The update was supposedly, according to developers, they were going to hold the key to true in-game persistence, one of the biggest hurdles in the pursuit of a living universe that evolves alongside its inhabitants. So I guess the update was going to allow for like if you dropped something somewhere on a planet, like it would just stay there. Like if you dropped a cargo box, like persistent. And I guess the update turned into a major outage where players couldn't log in to the game, or if they could, it would just crash. And you couldn't do basic things in games.
Fly a ship
in
or
game.
Get out of your hotel room.
Like the user on the forums, who's been a backer since day one.
Oh, God.
A backer since day one says it is embarrassingly bad, even by Star Citizen standards. Well, what do you think about that? I mean, this is just par for the course here. They're trying to do so much.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So much in this game.
It's a lot of ambition.
And a patch that size, trying to add that. I mean, obviously, there's going to be bugs.
I'm just glad I don't play this game.
Played it. Yeah, like I'm glad I didn't give them money. Oh my God, early on, 10 years ago. Bad ROI, they call that. Return on investment.
Yes, yeah.
But from what I've played, the bugs that I encountered, like there was all that before this, and then piling this on top of that. I mean, I feel bad for the day one backers.
Yeah,
$500 million of people's money here. Can't refund that. That's why they just keep going.
They just keep trucking, keep on trucking.
Yeah, well, we can't give back $500 million, so we're gonna
keep this shit full.
Doing this.
Yeah. Let's put some bets out there. How many guys want to? How much do you guys want to bet that Skull and Bones is going to come out before Star Citizen?
I will never bet that.
You don't think so? I would put probably
before Star Citizen is like final,
because I think they're going to cancel straight up Skull and Bones.
I don't think they can. I told you legally they're under contract to finish the game with the Singapore government. So, in my opinion, I would put $20.
Government.
I put $20 on Skull and Bones coming out before. I think Star Citizen just seems so far away still, light years. If we're being clever.
Yes, light years away.
You know what I mean?
True.
True.
I agree.
Yeah. Skull and Bones.
I mean, it's hard to see Star Citizen ever being done. At this point, man,
yeah, it's like the Daisy.
It's just the way it runs so poorly. Like
it's terrible. It's shit. I'm sorry.
It's using the cry engine, right? It's using cry engine, which is old, and I couldn't even get 60 FPS on it at 2K. It ran horribly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, that's that. Hogwarts Legacy had an update, and it fixed something that I actually didn't mention during our episode, but I found it exceedingly annoying.
Oh, the flu lady. Okay.
They didn't include it in the patch notes, but I guess it was confirmed by Avalanche Software's community manager. They have significantly reduced the frequency of Ignatia Wildsmith's voice lines.
God.
The annoying flu lady finally shut her damn trap.
Like, had to
too bad
be.
I
You can't
already
imagine
played-
how inconvenient it was before I invented
Yeah.
flu powder.
Yeah, like, too bad I already played through 50 hours having to listen and yap
I
in
didn't
my
even
fucking
notice,
ear
man.
every time.
I don't
I
even
fast
care
travel.
about that. Like,
There's a mod for the PC one, like day 2, where someone shut her up.
Oh, really?
oh, yeah.
Wow.
I would never have even saw that as a problem. It startles me whenever I like.
It was
reload
annoying.
in.
I
Fucking annoying.
I realized it for sure. I definitely noticed it. I was like, ugh.
That's it. I just hear the voice in my ear. I'm like, oh God, that was it. I don't find it annoying. I don't know. Now I don't even notice the infrequency of it after the update. So it goes to show you how much it bothered me, I guess.
I found it annoying, but I didn't like it.
There was one update where, did you see the trolls one, the troll combat one?
No.
Where you
No.
could, if you were fighting a troll, you could just get on your broom and fly off a cliff, and the troll would just chase you off the cliff, fall and die, and you would get the resources and the experience or whatever, and you wouldn't have to take like 5
Sweet.
minutes, 10 minutes fighting a troll, right? But now they patched that, so if you fly off the cliff, the troll just falls off the cliff and lands, and then like can get stuck there, and you can just keep fighting it. So they noticed players were exploiting it because like it's a lot of work to kill a troll, and you get like a lot of experience from it. And like rarer
I fucking
materials.
killed trolls all the time, man. I was a troll killer.
Yeah, but if you're early on in the game, it's like you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a,
yeah.
if you're a little bitch, if you're a little basic bitch wizard. That's that. But yeah, for the gaming news, I had some things about upcoming games here, guys. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Is this a day one purchase for us? Are we gonna do like will this be our next non-spoiler cast?
Potentially, but I feel like I have to. I don't know. I would like it to be, but I hear you can't go back and do side shit when you beat Ganon in Breath of the Wild. So I'm skeptical about.
I still have to
beating
beat
Ganon.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, you can.
Can
Yeah,
you?
can. Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe
All
that's
right. Well,
what I'll do
then
now.
yes, I could potentially see.
When's that?
happening.
May what? I gotta beat Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it'll be come out in a month, along with I believe the Spider-Verse 2 movie is
Oh.
coming out
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
soon, which would be great.
How
I
have
can't
we
wait
not
for that
heard?
one.
How have we not heard of anything about that yet? I haven't anyway. Yeah, which I
Across
guess
the
I'll have to get the
Spider-Verse.
first one on UHD Blu-ray disc because it's not HDR on fucking Netflix. Like that movie of all movies is not HDR on Netflix. It's just 4K.
Gross. It's coming out in June 2nd. So
Oh, okay.
beginning of June.
Nice.
Nice.
Good summer movie. Good summer movie.
Yes, can't wait for that. Well, that's pretty much it. So I guess we can move on to today's topic. Today, we will be unveiling our very real and not made up at all consoles. We are going to describe a bit about them and how they work and why someone would buy them. We'll also talk about one maybe game or launch title that comes with the console. And we may even show some detailed design pictures.
Very detailed.
And then maybe we'll do a poll on Twitter to see who's best.
Yes.
Who should
Who's
go
most
first?
Creative. Who is most
Who's
creative?
going first here?
So how are we gonna do this? So are we going to list all the names that we came up with and then talk about the one?
No, just talk about the one that you...
Yeah, let's
Okay.
just talk about
Chose.
the one. I really only have the one because I kept rolling with it.
I have plenty. So
Just dreaming.
All right, Daniel, I wanna see yours.
Addict.
I want to see yours, Dan. Let's see what.
Okay, what do you want to
fucking
start
came up
with? The pitch or
Tell
the
me
picture?
Tell us about it. What
All
is
right.
it called? What
All
is it?
so? Get this, okay? The new console that I have invented is called the. It's a bit outlandish, but stay with me here. It's called the Dark Requirer. Okay. This name, and get this, this name literally came to me in my sleep on Friday morning. And I was like, what the fuck is that? The Dark Requirer? Fuck yeah, man. It's not even a word, but it sounded hardcore and awesome.
the Dark Requirer.
You dreamt about this?
Yeah, it came. I think it's because I knew I had to invent a console the night before. I was like, okay, that's going to be my thing tomorrow. And in the morning, I was like, and it was this device I had in my hand in my dream. It was like the Dark Requirer. And I was like, yes! I was like, that's so fucking sinister and cool. So I wrote it down. And I was like, I'm not changing the name of that. It came to me in my sleep. I'm not thinking of another name. So I was like, fuck, that's cool.
Dark Requirer.
So, because it's fitting because it sounded like some foreboding like relic that you're not sure you want to fuck with, but you still want to get your hands on. So the Dark Requirer is a brand new console manufactured by Apple and developed by the studio, okay, who brought you Dark Souls, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Elden Ring. Get this, using the latest patented Soul technology, that's SOLE, from Apple. The console requires a sacrifice of the soul to power it via the controller, which is like a divination sphere with palm memory, like a crystal ball, if you will, okay? It is bound to you forever after you use it, and it cannot be sold or traded. The company warns side effects of overuse can be unquantifiable and may include diminishing your humanity little by little with every use until you waste away and become a shadow of your former self, passing beyond the veil of the living. But
Horcrux.
Yeah, but it uses the most cutting-edge hardware available to developers in the industry and delivers ungodly frame rate and graphics, okay? Fidelity versus performance mode is a thing of the past. Microsoft and Sony have both given up on Xbox and PlayStation consoles and have approached From Software with offers for buyouts and have been met with silence. From Software has said, "We wanted the console to perform as if you had sold your soul to the devil." Okay. The console appeals
I like
to...
that idea.
Wait, do I have to pay
to...
for this? Or do I just sell my soul to the console?
Oh, you must pay. The price
My
is
soul.
high. The price is dear. The console appeals to avid horror and occult enthusiasts and people who love exclusive, unique, and really hardcore shit. Some of the launch titles were that players can get their hands on at release are Sin City, published by Maxis. Okay, their newest release since The Sims Mobile in 2018. Ouija's Mansion. And Hellraiser 2023. Okay, get this. In 1991, this is true. This is fact. Dan Lawton of Color Dreams acquired the rights to a Hellraiser game and planned to make like an NES game, but the project was canceled. So I added, when asked why the original game was canceled 32 years ago, Lawton said they were just waiting for the perfect fucking console. And the Dark Requirer is it. So if you guys want to see a picture, I can show that to you now.
Oh, yes. Let's see the picture.
Yes, please.
The Dark Requirer. Man, so like, it's like infinite frame rate, infinite quality.
The
It's just
best
the
console, the
cost.
best gaming experience you could ever have, and you must pay for it with your soul.
Fucking try. What the fuck is this?
Okay, so I'll explain it. This is how I pictured it. I pictured it as like this dark emerald green, like pyramid, or like pyramid, like a prism, like a square based prism.
Yeah.
And the infinity symbol on it, because it's like yours forever because of this soul technology. Like and you are committing to this, you're condemning your soul. And the stupid the sphere, like that's the controller, and it has like palm memory, and you just like move your fingers around on it, and it's like glowing.
Wow,
that's what I came up with. I figured I could do it better in that, and with color, a little bit of color.
That is funny.
Than my shitty drawings that I could do. So that is the console that I rolled with, because I just kept writing, and I was like,
yeah, that was a lot. I didn't write that much. Fuck.
Well, I mean, I had fun.
That's
with
very funny. I like the idea of that. Just like, you can get no better than this.
Well, you have to fucking
but you
pay
have
with your
to
soul.
You've never experienced anything like this, and you never will, unless you give your soul.
Yeah,
the
and I
Dark
thought
Requirer.
it was perfect because it would be something. I mean, in some South Park episode or some shit, right, or some farce fucking comedy.
Yes,
it would be
yeah.
From Software that makes it, because of their hardcore fucking games that just make you hate, playing and make you angry.
That's
and all this
funny.
shit, and you're just like, it's all that pain and sacrifice, And then Apple would produce it because they're like this weird ass cult company, because I went for a hiring seminar once and it was the weirdest fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I figured Apple would have been the perfect manufacturer And From Software is the perfect developer. And so I put them both together. And I was like, man, what other accessories could there be? And I was like, should there be like this like collar that you have to put on to play it? Like, and it would like humiliate you and prostrate you with like a gravity or some shit. And you're like, oh, I love it so much.
Just like
anyway.
gravity machine.
That's what I
you.
thought of. The Dark Requirer. I was like, that's cool.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Well, that's pretty cool. I like it. Nasty Nate, what do you got?
I came up with a few and I landed on this one. I'm going to say it wrong, but for purposely wrong.
Oh,
okay.
Purposely wrong.
So the Telephony Spray Station 4D.
Spray Station.
Okay.
Telephony?
Telephony, like it's phony.
Oh, telephony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's phony. Immerse yourself in 4D. Feel the game ooze across your fingertips as you dive deep into the immersion of this console and its immersiveness. Using the essence of moisture and viscous liquids to bring your player closer to the game.
The essence of moisture.
Do I show the picture now? It's so fucking stupid.
I'm curious to see.
Well, I didn't have any idea to draw it, so I asked the AI.
Oh,
to
yeah,
come up.
Well, whatever. That's also
I
fun.
came up.
Oh, okay. You asked the AI to design this?
Yes.
Oh. That's cool looking, kind of.
What? The third one. That is.
I like the fourth one. Is cool.
The fourth one is really weird.
How did you, man? I tried doing AI for mine. I was like, this is not working. But maybe it was my descriptions. Second one.
First one,
interesting.
The first one is more like a Fisher Price toy.
Yeah.
The second one is more my style. It's got the like Doctor Who kind of looking phone booth, and at the top there's
Is that a phone booth? Like it looks like into this thing. Like how big is this? I can't really tell.
How big is the phony spray station? The telephony.
It's got to be pretty big. So because it's got sprayers on the console top.
Okay.
So it sprays you, as well as some accessories here. So I've got some accessories. There's the controller, can be configured to profusely leak liquid for full 4D immersion gameplay. The controller can be configured to spray liquid across the room or into your face if you die or do not complete challenges. There's a hose and attachment sold separately for $600. Which you attach, you can either attach to the sink in your bathroom to the controller, like a little hose, or you can buy the liquid tank attachment for the console, which is $300. It attaches to the bottom of the console, and you buy the hose, obviously, attachment sold separately, to connect to your controller to the tank. So you've got a tank attachment and then a hose attachment to your controller.
Wow.
It's like you need a fucking full bathroom for this just to play the. You can play it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Now, you could also buy different types of liquid gel capsules to put into the console to make the liquid that's spraying on your face either like very thick or like
blood.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. The launch exclusive for the Telephony Spray Station 4D is Plumber Simulator, where you fix leaky drains and pipes and unclog shitty toilets and seduce housewives and get paid the big bucks in Plumber Simulator.
Wow.
Yeah, so there'll be there's also another console exclusive. So this is a console exclusive. This is like the Mario Brothers of the Telephony Spray Station 4D. This is called Super Gastro Brothers. It is identical to the Mario Bros in every way. It's just there are way more in-game plumbing puzzles that will make full use of the Spray Station 4D controls and immersive 4D gameplay.
Take full advantage of immersive technology offered by Telephony.
I have a question about the Telephony.
Wait, one more thing. There will be season passes where you can earn cosmetic rewards such as different colored overalls and boots and different colored and sized wrenches and penises to bang the lonely hounds with.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It's half a sex game too.
I'm taking
Well,
questions.
definitely
Is it a third person or is it a first person?
Both. You can switch.
You can
both.
toggle it. There's a toggle button on the side.
Freak, that is so dumb.
Spray station.
I had a question. Does it have like a smell function? Like, can you
I hope
smell
not.
the games?
I'm not
Not-
buying this.
not
Is
yet,
that
fucking
part of the 4D?
Not yet.
Is that part of the
4D
4D?
the 4D was the
Just the
spraying and the wet
The
the
sprays its
wetness.
gimmick. The sprays don't have smells, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
and
Thank
wind.
God.
Obviously, it can do air too.
Well, I think that might actually be plausible, right? I could just inject some stink into the gel capsules.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll bring that to the development team.
Nasty Nate's a pro at injecting stink into things.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll work. Well, that is
Wow, that's gross.
horrifying. I would say.
The spray station. I love how that's the gimmick. It's not that it's just 4D where there's things poking you or shit. It's like it's specifically wet, like liquids being
Spraying you.
sprayed at you. Ugh.
Oh my god. All right. Well, let me tell you about mine. Mine is called the Fartari 6900. The first carbon neutral game console, boys, made out of sustainable products, and it's fueled not by electricity, but by biology, aka
Perfect.
your own body and its waste products.
Oh God.
No batteries, no wires, just pure, uninterrupted fun, and only needs to be refueled once a day, and you can do it while you game.
Nice.
So, if you want to support green gaming, this is the console for you. Let me
Methane
show you a
gas.
picture. Let me show you a picture. Here it is.
Oh, hang on. Oh, it's so gross. The stains around the underwear, that is the fucking sickest thing I've ever seen. See, these are the
Now.
drawings we can't do, which is why we rely on AI. Wow, that's fucking gross.
Oh my god.
That is Rick and
Okay.
Morty level shit.
Well, I'm going to have to explain it for the audio listeners. You may
Yes.
want to go check it out on YouTube.
Please do. Yeah.
But allow me. It comes with a wired controller, as well as the main accessory of the system, the Fartari pantaloons. While yes, it does resemble a dirty old pair of tidy whities, it is in fact a highly advanced piece of technologically enhanced equipment that delivers your bio waste to the console via a sealed tubing system. The console then converts the fuel to energy to power the dual 4090 GPUs inside. Now, the picture is a
His
man, a man standing playing the game with tubes coming out of his tidy whiteys and various
nothing else on. He's
sta-
very hairy.
Is this
stains
me?
on the
Were
underwear.
you just drawing my body?
yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
Nasty
say, it
Nate's
just
body,
looks like
basically.
Nasty And there's also a front and rear picture as well.
Yes,
There's a
front and rear.
picture.
Painted that with a watercolor brush.
That's
Nice.
There you go.
That is
Wow.
that's a good post. Required fuel. It has to be cheese chips and soda. It's shit that's
Yeah,
gonna make you
cheese.
fucking fart. Like you can't
Jesus.
just eat anything.
Cheese, chips, and soda goes in and then out the tubes into the nicely an elegant console, the Fartari 6900. We talked about bringing games under the toilet. Is it a toilet game? Well, now everything can be a toilet game.
That's
because you
right.
bring the toilet to your games with the Fartari 6900.
Yeah, you don't need mobile games anymore. Wow. So those tubes are sewn into the pantaloons, into those pants, into those
Well,
underwear. They're sewn
they're-
around the seams.
They're not
there.
sewn. They're sealed some way. It's a
Yeah. Okay.
It's a secret IP, secret technology that they have not. But yeah, look at that. That looks nice.
That's
You
a
should send that
fantastic
to
drawing. That
whoever
is
owns Atari these days. Whoever's the rights holder to Atari.
Atari.
Now, I was gonna say, I was going to talk about my console exclusive.
Mm.
The game you play with this is Captain Planet Battle Smasher. What would an eco-friendly console be without the eco-friendly hero himself, Captain Planet? It's a fighting game. Many playable characters from the popular animated series from the early 90s. But this game gives power-up and in-game advantage to those who are refueling the console while in a match. So,
interesting.
finally, being lactose intolerant has an advantage.
Nice. Excellent. I've been waiting.
What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that?
I'd play it.
That is my console.
I wouldn't have
So
to.
if you can just take a piss
don't-
and have a shit while in game, you're getting like power ups, like whoa, like it's charging you up in game, and you get an advantage.
Just and the tubes are clear, are see through. They're like transparent, so you can just see all the shit and fart and all the stuff.
When I first saw it, I thought like the fart shit tube goes in and then it comes back out and smushes and spews it on your cock area. Like it goes like a full circle.
Oh my god.
Yep. So that's that. And you want to talk about other names you had?
Yeah, just
I
the
only had
list.
one.
Oh, I don't remember what other ones I had. I used the one you gave me on Phil and Nave's show.
Yeah.
Nice.
That
How was
went-
the reception? I didn't check it out yet.
They liked
Oh.
they liked it a lot, yeah.
Nice.
Best
Good.
best name.
Best name.
Best name. We had the best names.
Good.
I've got the Colon Vision, which was a play on the ColecoVision.
Colon. Oh.
Then I had the TurboMax Ultra UX with a turbo button. You press the turbo button. It was supposed to do something. Then I had
supposed to do something. I don't know.
Then I had the Isolation Station 64, which would like it was.
Is it like a wank pod?
I was thinking some kind of like a VR thing where it would immerse you and isolate you from this like everyone else in the whole world and turn you into some antisocial mutant goblin because like,
Nice.
you're just in this thing forever.
I'll take one.
Goblin.
And then I had
Antisocial mutant.
Then I had the Areola Playbox,
Oh my.
which was just a box, with plastic silicone nipples everywhere, and it was kind of like Bop It, where you would like pull them, squeeze them,
to control
twist them, yeah.
To control it.
And I have a picture of that one because I was gonna go with that one, but
That
then
is so dumb.
I couldn't think of anything else for it. So here's the picture.
It's just like baby nipples.
It looks like a soother.
Well, I
There's like
couldn't.
soothers.
I couldn't find nipples, so I got like those, and then I just painted the box what color like
The
your
soother box.
areola would be.
It's so dumb.
Oh my god.
And then my last one was the Pixel Peep Station VR.
Ooh. Do you have a picture of that one?
No,
Pixel Pete.
another one.
Pixel Peep.
That's I feel like I said the name of this one in our group chat earlier. I just threw it on for a runner up. I was like, let's see what I can develop on it. But the Wet Dreamcast, I ended up writing down, and I was like, there's no controller. It's a brain dance type accessory, like from Cyberpunk, where you know it's like maybe like a skin tight ball.
It's
cap
literally
with
a
some
wet
sort of-
dream controller.
Yeah, right.
Just controls
So
your wet dream.
you play your games in your mind like a dream, except you can actually control them. Where every game
It
is sexual
casts it.
though, and it's available only in the dark future in Japan. Some of the launch
It's
titles
like-
would be what?
It's like on Edge Runners, where there's just guys sitting around in VR and there's like those weird things jerking them off.
Yeah.
The launch titles would be, I just wrote down, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Leisure Suit Larry, I Have a
Of
Wet
course.
Dream.
Of course. Yes. Leisure Suit
Yeah.
Larry.
I just wrote that down. I was like, I don't think I can expand on this any more than that. So
That is funny. I had written a bunch of other ones down. I don't have them at my
it's
fingertips
just so
right now.
easy to do the sexual thing, right? It's so
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
to flesh that out, and there's so many good puns available.
Yeah.
So
it
I
is.
challenged myself with the Dark Requirer. I was like, no. I'll
Well, you
flesh
guys
this
have
out.
dirty minds. I didn't do no sexual thing.
Yours
No,
is
sir.
Dirtier than anything that
What
do you mean?
Filthy. Yours is filthy. Okay.
This is natural. It's natural functions
So
that
is sex.
power the console. Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, I think that's it.
Yeah, we got to do
I
a
think
poll
that-
for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna post these on the Twitter. We're not gonna like we won't put a description or whatever, just the picture. And it asks if you listened, what console would you buy? You know, what console do you fancy? Would you like to give your soul away to have the gaming experience?
Of a lifetime.
Would you like to just be uninterrupted in your gaming and contribute toward a greener earth with the Fartari? Or would you like to get piss sprayed in your face in 4D by the
Spray
by
station.
the phony spray station, the telephony spray station?
Super immersive.
Let us know. You'll have to let us know. But yeah, that's it for this week's episode, I think. Thank everyone for taking the time to listen and have some laughs with us. If you're listening to this, check out our YouTube. We post some shorts, some game clips, some fun stuff. So give us a subscribe there. We also post full episodes there, obviously. Give us a rating and review on Spotify or Apple if you can. I think we're up to 30 ratings now on Spotify.
Yeah.
Did you say that earlier?
Yeah.
Wow. 30 people rated us. That's crazy.
So thank you. Thank you for that, folks.
Thank
Let's
you.
keep it
Please
going, though, people.
keep it going. Tell your friends if they might enjoy it. Let them know. Share and like. And remember, you can leave us a DM on Facebook or Instagram. And you can give us a tweet at Elder Trolls Pod. Follow us on there. We're posting funny stuff, and we're always getting into good combos on there. And thanks again. And we hope you have a wonderful day.
Peace.
See ya.